Hello and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. Today we're going to be talking about the power of the 20-hour fast and why it is helping so many women, especially menopausal women, lose weight, and how so many women for the first time in their lives are reporting back that the weight is staying off. And so we're going to approach why in the beginning the weight loss happens and then how it is that you can prepare to make sure that the weight loss stays off. So welcome if you're joining us new. My name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman. We have our next course starting in January. Actually, it starts December 31st if you're interested in joining us so that you can do what we're going to talk about today for the rest of your life. You can just, click the link that I'm going to share with you in just a second, or you can go to fortoday'sagingwoman.com. Okay, let's get going on today's conversation. So, initial weight loss is always a thing that so many of us talk about as being super easy, right? We start a new diet plan, or we start some healthy lifestyle changes, or we're just like really focused on creating a change. Like maybe we just have kind of had enough. And so the excitement of doing something new is really where initial weight loss can feel or seem like it's really simple. We also have proof from others, which gives us that mental and emotional buy-in that if someone else has done it, then there's a good probability I can do it too. The newness of starting something fresh, and I'm talking about this specifically today because New Year's resolutions are coming up, and I've already seen a lot of the diet ads on TV marketing to people, for New Year's weight loss. We don't do that here in this community. We just practice what it is that we say that we really want year round. So we don't get frantic around the New Year's, but oftentimes just the newness of something can be the thing that makes initially losing weight seem and feel simple. The 20-hour fast, which we practice here and which I teach inside the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, really helps make weight loss on the initial side of things seem simple because we're eliminating the problem for a lot of women for the very first time for 20 hours a day, right? So we're doing nothing in our fasted state, and we're really thinking about what we do in our feasted state to support our next fast. So we are really taking away what a lot of women say is the problem with weight loss or the struggles with weight loss, especially when we're in our menopausal season. And then the means is often approached from the short-term mindset. So oftentimes the excitement and the proof from others and the newness and all the things is because we are conditioned to go into these type of things with a short-term mindset, meaning you do a diet challenge or you do a weight loss program and it's for X amount of time. And so you're going into it with the thought of, I only have to do this for X amount of days. I've got the proof that others were able to do it in that amount of days. And so you go into it thinking that there's an end in sight. And so you're willing to do some things for a lot of diets, and a lot of the advertising that we get, or marketed to, can be a little extreme or take us away from the life that we want to live. And so we're like willing to do the buy-in on that because we see the short-term mindset. So this is how weight loss often happens. And I admit there are women who go through our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course who still have this mindset and get done with class, they lose their weight and they go back to their other way of life. And so what I want to share with you and why I keep showing up here and what I really want to teach inside the Intermittent Fasting course is how to create a lifestyle for yourself. So not only will you lose the weight, but you will keep the weight off. And the women who do that mindset shift inside of class are in fact keeping the weight off. So how do you keep the weight off when all that fun and excitement wears off and it just becomes sort of what you do? This is where we require, we of ourselves, a mindset shift to the 20-hour fast. And I say this here a lot, right? When in doubt, fast it out. Lean into the fast. Feast so you can support your fast, because the fast is really the thing that is creating the lifestyle that we can change what it is that we have done in the past, which maybe worked for us because of youth, right? And our hormones were in a different stage, or we have thoughts about the fact that it worked because we were always in a short-term situation, meaning we jump from diet to diet. So we really want to create a mindset shift to the 20-hour fast as the lifestyle that we are going to live. We need to also figure out why we eat. So what is it about that 4-hour feasting window, or maybe longer feasting window if you're in that struggle area of trying to keep weight loss? Why is it that you're eating? And this is that part where I really like to focus on the third week of class, the social and emotional aspect of intermittent fasting for today's aging woman, and the fact that a lot of us are eating for all the wrong reasons. We eat out of boredom, we eat out of stress, we eat out of emotional discomfort. We eat so that we don't have to feel things. And so the eating aspect of things changes our emotional responses and hormonal responses in our body. And so we can numb away things that we don't want to have to manage. We eat to please others. We eat because of peer pressure. So we're not even eating for the right reasons. And so if you are in that like initial weight loss stage, the best thing you can do to keep the weight off is figure out why you eat. And then the next step to the why you eat is how you show up when food is present. So do you allow other people to put food pressures and guilt on you? Do you show up for food emotionally vulnerable and you do it in an unconscious state so you don't even realize or make the connection that food is something that you're using to numb feelings, and that's not the purpose of food? So we have to do some work on why we eat and then how we show up when food is present. Can you be in a food type situation socially where you can say no if that's not the time that you designated to eat, right? Or can you say no if you're not getting the signals from your body that you need some nutrition? And that one little change right there, or one little awareness, is really the key to keeping the weight off. Why do we eat when we're not hungry, right? And then why and how you use food. Again, I touched on this just a little bit ago, where I say that a lot of women, I used to be this way too, where food was a thing that we used to replace something that food is not used for. So boredom, socializing, maybe over socializing, emotional unrest, stress, anxiety, those kind of things that we're trying to fill a void. We often use food, and this is a societal problem, to fill those voids. So we want to make sure we understand that as well. And then the biggest key to keeping weight loss is anything that you're doing, whether it's the intermittent fasting for today's aging woman course or some other program, is that you have to incorporate it as a lifestyle approach and not a short-term fix. Any result that you get from a short-term decision-making process are only going to yield you short-term results, because you're only going to get the result while you're actually doing the thing that yielded you the result. And as soon as you stop, you tend to go back to your old ways. So this is why here, the 20-hour fast and the 4-hour feast is what I really like to teach inside of the class, as doing this for the rest of your life in some way, shape, or form. And we've been talking a lot about rinse and repeat lately, right? And if something is working for you, why would you ever step away from it? There's no need to step away from an intermittent fasting lifestyle if you, in fact, have found that that is working for you and it is helping you lose weight and reverse a lot of the signs and signals of aging that you're unhappy with. So if you have weight to lose and you are not losing it, meaning maybe you've lost weight and you gained it back, then you are in fact overeating, because we know that when we take in too many calories, that our body is really good at storing those. So if you've lost weight and then you've gained it back, that probably is a good indication that you went back to some old ways. And it probably is a sign that you are just consuming too much, which is called overeating. Teaching your body how to become fat adapted so it can eat from storage, the weight that you want to lose. And this is the concept that so many of the successful women inside of our community and graduates of our course have really, really grasped onto and incorporate in their everyday lifestyle. If you want to lose weight, you have to teach your body how to become fat adapted so it can eat from the storage the weight you want to lose. Everything that you're unhappy with is just being stored internally. And if you can figure out, which we teach inside the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, how to turn feasting inside, meaning you feast on what's in storage, you will in fact lose weight And if you keep rinsing and repeating that concept and you stay fat adapted, you will keep the weight loss and you will never have a weight loss or a weight gain problem again. Your body will find its comfortable place and you just ebb and flow from there. So weight loss is possible for menopausal women, but we do have to make sure that we are understanding ourselves, how we show up for food. Are we doing things from a short-term mindset or a lifestyle mindset? And then if you found something that is working from you, don't leave the thing. Create a lifestyle that you can live within and out. So you're going to ebb and flow with the lifestyle that you've created so that weight loss is not going to be a problem that you have to deal with as we transition through what I call the best second half of our life, right? So weight loss is possible. Keeping weight off is possible, but you do really have to create that lifestyle mindset. Okay, super simple, you guys. This is really, really simple, but we have to go back to our thoughts, right? We have to go back to how it is we think, because how we think in food situations, how we think in the presence of food is really going to determine the emotional state in which we respond to things, right? And if you're not liking the end result, then it usually has to go back to the way you're thinking about how you're showing up, which leads to those feelings. And then you're going to have those action steps that you take, whether you're conscious or unconscious, and that's going to lead to the result that most of us are not happy with. Okay, let's see who we have here today in our conversation. Greetings from Germany. Well, good evening, my friend. Maybe I'll catch this one live while preparing and eating my meal. Well, hopefully you are here with us live, and hopefully you're enjoying your feast for sure. And thank you for joining us all the way from Germany. Catherine, I got alive. All you women are awesome. Yes, I agree. All the women in our community are absolutely amazing. Renee, so happy to have you. Nancy, starting my rowing session and watching. Well, congratulations on getting a row in. I got up really early this morning and got my walk in really early, which I'm feeling really good about. So congratulations on getting that row in. Lynn, glad to catch you live today. Yes, always good to have you, my friend. Elaine from Charleston, hello. What was the name of the deodorant that you and your daughter like or buy? I think it's Dove, and it's 0% is what it says on the front, and it has no aluminum and no soy in it. And then I think another brand that my daughter started using is I think it's Native brand, Native. Is that it? I think that's what it is. It's all natural too. So the thing about deodorants, but especially the all natural ones, is they definitely respond to your own body chemistry. So go through a few of them until you find the one that matches with what's going on with your own body. We've been through every single one, and we did settle on the Dove 0%, which is no aluminum, no soy. I recently gained 13 pounds. I F 20 hours daily and eat healthy when feasting. I exercise daily, so I'm confused and discouraged by the weight gain. I'm 47-year-old woman. It could be something in your feasting window, right? So oftentimes when we gain weight like that and we're doing our fast, and you got to make sure that you're clean fasting also. It could just be something that your body isn't able to tolerate in your feasting window. So maybe go through and make sure that your healthy is really, conforming to what your body's signs and signals are. So I thought I was eating healthy as well and had major intolerance signs and signals with gluten and soy, even though I was eating very, very healthy foods, and they were just pesky little ingredients inside of products that I didn't really kind of pay attention to that ingredients label. So, weight gain like that could be a number of things, but I would go back and journal some things, because journaling leads to clues, right? And oftentimes it could just be something really, really innocent. And then as soon as you get that fixed, that 13 pounds will literally drop off for sure. Rebecca, I have a question, or Becky here. I ran into a former student of mine just today, and when I asked about her kids, she said one of her daughters has gotten her period just starting out and having problems with that, migraines and whatever else. I told her about IF, but am myself not sure how that's been translated to a young teen. Imagine it could help any experience. Diane, thanks. Yeah, here's the thing with young teens is you want to make sure that you're not dictating that they have to fast. So the thing that I did with my daughter is I just stopped forcing her to eat. So I used to, force her to eat breakfast on the way out the door to school, and I just stopped doing that, and I let her lead with what, she felt comfortable with. A lot of young girls today are kind of battling the PCOS kind of, syndrome or effects of a lot of what's going on in our nutrition. So I would advise the mom to clean up their nutrition as a family first, not single out the daughter, but as a family as a whole, they'll all benefit. So gluten and soy, I would get rid of those two things for sure. And then have the daughter maybe go see a doctor about possible insulin resistance type of issues, because that can also be one of those things too. But I would do everything through a doctor and not make it the focus on the daughter is what I would recommend. I would make it on the focus on the family getting healthier, so the daughter doesn't think that she's being singled out as if something is wrong with her. But yeah, that's what I would do for sure. Tanya, all I want to say is thank you. I'm fasting 23 hours a day and doing great. One meal a day. The weight is melting off. I also exercise 5 days a week, most weeks. Yeah, congratulations, my friend. That's the best. One meal a day for a lot of women is just the way to go for sure. I never dictate protocols here other than what we teach inside of class is a great opportunity to really find your fasting groove and really reverse a lot of the signs and symptoms of menopause that so many of us are unhappy with. And then once you feel like you're at a place where you're really mature with your fasting and you know what kind of nutrition you need and you're really comfortable with everything else that's going on, then I say you have that freedom and flexibility to make some changes. But the 20-hour fast is what I really rely on. But I love that you guys are finding ways to make this work for you in your own authentic way. So congratulations, Tanya. Super happy for you. Lynn, hello from snowy Canada. Do you always have to open feast with protein? No, not necessarily. You can open your feast any way you want, and your body's going to let you know if the way you're opening your feast is working for you or not. So I play around with some things for sure and see, what's working for you. I don't think that there's ever anything that we can say is one way or the highway, because every single one of us have a metabolism and a DNA makeup that's so unique to us, right? And so you got to play around with it for you, and then figure out what feels authentic, figure out what's going to get you the results you want, figure out what feels really natural for you, and then kind of let your body lead you the rest of the way and let you know if what you're doing is working or not. 20 hours is a perfect fast for me, and sometimes 22. Yeah, I like when I'm in a groove and I can get that little extra couple of hours in for sure. I always say here that there's always opportunities to feast. We kind of have to look for those opportunities to fast. So squeaking out a couple extra hours is always super fun for sure. Becky, how many calories should I be shooting for my 4-hour feasting window? Is that important? What I teach inside of class is that if you get really good at this, then calories are they're insignificant. Like, they don't matter at all. Because if you become fat adapted and your body's going to eat from storage, the storage also equates to calorie consumption. It's just stored calorie consumption as opposed to new calorie consumption. So this is where having that faith and that comfort of leaning into the fast is really going to be beneficial to you. So you're not overeating, because if you're following a caloric intake that your brain or someone else's brain has determined is required for you to be successful, you're probably going to be overeating, because if you're fasting correctly, your body will find calories within storage. That's what I teach in the first week of class. I'm an October graduate and are amazed, shocked how many items in my pantry had soy in it. Yeah, it's shocking, right? And that's the soy that is really being shown to be so problematic for so many people, not just women transitioning through menopause, but women in their childbearing years, young teens transitioning through all the hormonal changes that they have going on. Men are also negatively affected by soy in a lot of food products. So we have to really be aware of it. It's just a very cheap filler and byproduct that food companies use to make food inexpensively, right? And then we bear the burden of that by becoming sick and completely out of balance. So remember, you want to look beyond just food also. So skincare products, deodorant, soaps, lotions, cleaning products, deodorant or detergents, candles, all the things. Look at all of them and then get rid of anything that has soy lecithin, soybean oil, any of those kind of things. And right next to it, I promise you, just go do a little research. Right next to the product that you're used to buying out of habit as a consumer will be a product that's equal to it that has no soy. So we just got to get really good at being good consumers and responsible consumers for sure. Hello from France. So good to have you with us today. Okay. So today's going to be a little quick one. I'm busy just like y'all are busy with the holiday season hustle and bustle. This is what I want to leave you with today. You can be successful with weight loss and you can end the struggle by just thinking about some of the things I talked about today. How are you showing up around food? What are you using food for? Can you lean into a fast when the fasting opportunity is available to you? Are you able to stand up for yourself in food social situations where people are going to use their own discomfort with their life as a means to bully you into doing something that you actually don't want to do for yourself? All of those things are really what are helping so many women through menopause really keep the weight off once they lose it with a 20-hour fast and the 4-hour feast. And that's ultimately our goal. We have better things to do with our time than chasing down the next best weight loss fad or weight loss program. What we're doing here in the community is the best. And it's been the best in this community for over 5 years. And we're not going to be changing that anytime soon because it in fact works. So we have to do a little bit of work. We have to do a little thought work. We have to do a little emotional inventory, but I promise you, you're worth it. And what you'll get on the other end will just be an easy life that you get to live for as decades and decades to come, which is what we're looking for here as well also. Okay, I think that's it. Well, let's see a couple more comments here. Marlene, September 22 grad, been doing 24 since June, and I'm so grateful for this lifestyle in the community. First time ever. I've had zero guilt and zero anxiety over the holidays. Okay, so that right there is such a win, right? Holidays and vacations are the two things that women are saying that they're having so much stress and anxiety over. And those are supposed to be the things in our life that bring us so much joy, right? And connection with other people. So this lifestyle really does provide an environment where you don't have to feel guilty about food and food choices and how you show up because you've already done the work, and you don't have to worry about how the end result is going to be because you already know what to do because you've had that experience with rinsing and repeating. So Marlene, I'm so happy for you, my friend. Elizabeth, has fasting the 24 cleared digestive issues? I've been suffering from SIBO for a few years. Would love to get rid of it naturally, hoping with fasting. So think about this, Elizabeth, and this is why we talk about the clean fast here. An empty gut is a gut that has the opportunity to heal itself. Again, we are marketed to, and we have created this commercialized industry over gut problems, right? Just let your gut be empty. Drink lots of really good water. Jump into the intermittent fasting for today's aging woman course. And by the end of the time class is over, so the end of January, you could really have an opportunity and possibility to reverse all the things that you have going on with your gut. So that's what I love to teach in class. And that's what a lot of the results of the women who graduated are saying. So, but an empty gut is an opportunity to heal a gut for sure. Marianne, you're welcome. Laura, I'm 67. I can fast, but I'm not good in social situations. And my hubby wants fed and not with healthy food. Here's what I say about husbands, right? Who aren't accommodating to what we need to be happy and healthy. And I don't know what your relationship is, but I'm a very straightforward person. Y'all know that. If you're a grown man and you can't feed yourself, or you can't choose how you want to eat and let someone else eat the way they want to eat, then that's what I call a communication problem, right? And so I would sit down with your husband and explain to him why it is it's important for you to eat the way you're eating and what it is that you want to do and how it is you want to show up for yourself and be healthy and not be a burden to people that you love and who love you as you move on through life. And so sometimes we have to put our feet down and actually communicate what it is that we say that we want, and then create some boundaries around that for sure. Karen, any suggestions on good detox prior to beginning IF? Just start. The way I teach intermittent fasting is I don't ask you to give up anything. I just ask you to start fasting with us. Well, I ask you to give up like quick fix things, but like food wise and stuff, I just say do what you normally do and let your body let you know what you need to detox from, I guess is the best way to go for sure. Renee, just got back from vacation, stuck to my fasting window and had a blast and didn't pack on extra pounds. Amazing. Yes, that's the way vacation is supposed to be. Now, if you're going on a food vacation and the whole time you're gone, you're eating like every minute of the day because that's what the vacation is, like food and eating, then you go do that kind of vacation. But if that's not the intent of your vacation, if the intent of your vacation is to relax and unwind and step away from some of the things you have in your everyday life, then you can fast, you can feast well, and you can have a vacation and come back and not gain weight. That is an actual possibility. And Renee, you're proof of that. So thank you for sharing. And then Dawn, thank you for the great information today, just in time for the holidays. You're awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, it is the holidays, right? And you get to decide how you're going to show up for you around the holidays. You eating food that you do not want to eat is not going to make someone else's holiday better. It's just going to make your holiday worse, right? So don't let food bullies pressure you into eating food that you have not really made the choice to eat, right? Question other people's food because they're not going to have the same ingredients, kind of choices that you would have, knowing what kind of intolerances you have going on with you. So bring a dish that you know will accommodate what it is you say you want. Don't let people bully you into food, because again, that doesn't make a happy holiday. That makes you resentful, and that makes you anxious, and that makes you stressed, and then it makes you feel angst about the people that you're supposed to be spending time with that you know and love. So make sure we're doing that work as well. All right, I gotta run. I love you guys. If you're interested in jumping into classes for todaysagingwoman.com, you can get on my email list. I started emailing yesterday. I'm going to be emailing you guys throughout the next couple of weeks to provide all the things, right? The proof that others have done it before you, the excitement that you have the opportunity to do this for yourself as well. And then once you join, you'll be able to be part of our graduates community, which I'm super excited about for you as well. Have a great rest of your day. I think I'm going to see you guys on Thursday. I have some commitments that I'm trying to rework. If I can rework them, then I will see you for sure. If not, I'll post something on my community page to let you guys know that I will not be there. Let's see who we got here. You lost weight with a 20-hour fast and you're keeping it off. Well, Becky, I'm so glad I caught that before we got off, because you're exactly who I was talking about today, right? November 22 grad, menopausal woman has lost weight with a 20-hour fast and is keeping it off. You are a perfect example of this community here, and that's because you're creating a lifestyle for yourself that you can rinse and repeat, and I'm super excited for you. Yeah, we don't like food bullies at all. Thank you for sharing success, ladies. It makes me stronger. Let's do this. Yeah, for sure. Okay, gotta go. See you guys later.